Hi, welcome to Golf Training Hacks. So in a previous video we talked about hitting or getting solid contact from your fairway woods when you're hitting it off the grass. And if you remember, if you've seen that video, you remember this club. This is actually a fairway wood. It's made out of wood. And this club was part of the set that I got for my college graduation in 1980. So this club is actually 43 years old. Now I have a pitching wedge here. So what's the similarity between a pitching wedge and a fairway wood? Well, when you look at it like this, it doesn't look like there's much. But actually, when it comes to a swing and a professional swing, there's a lot of similarity. You want to treat this like an iron. And by that I mean, you want to be hitting down at the ball, just like you would with an iron, and you want a divot with your wood in front of the ball, just like you would with an iron. But unfortunately, a lot of recreational golfers, it doesn't happen. I mean, they top the ball, they're thinning the ball, they bounce the club head behind the ball and then hit it. So a lot of recreational golfers have problems with that shot. And many times it's for two reasons. First, they're probably playing the ball up too far in front of their stance. And they've been told to sweep the ball off the grass, and that just leads to mishits. And here's why. If you're playing the ball up in the front of your stance and then you're sweeping the club on the grass, as it comes to the ball, instead of being on a downward angle of attack, it's starting to rise and you're hitting the ball on the lower half of the club, and that's never going to be a good thing. You're going to top it or you're going to thin it. You know, the difference between a professional swings fairway wood and, as I said, and the iron shot, it's only several degrees of difference in terms of the angle of attack. So you need all the things you need with an iron with your wood. You need to have leg, you need to release the leg out in front, you need to put the divot in front of the ball. In the previous video on fairway woods, we talked about the physical capacity in your hips that you need as you come into impact. You need external rotation in your hip and you need glute max strength because you're extending as you're coming into impact, and as you're coming from your downswing into impact, your front hip is externally rotating. So we worked on that. In this video, we want to take it out a little further because as you release your leg out in front of the impact point, and as you're extending through the ball, your hip goes from external rotation into internal rotation, and you still need that glute max strength. So let's see what that looks like in terms of the golf shot. So what should our hips be doing when we're using a fairway wood, or actually really with any club? So as you're coming into your downswing, and we've gone over this in the last fairway wood video, as you're coming from the top of your backswing and you're transitioning into your downswing, right, the hips lead the way in the golf swing. I've said that many times. This front hip is going into external rotation. That's creating the drive that's starting the opening of your hips and bringing that club through the downswing. So as you've come from the top of your backswing, you've gone into external rotation here. As you get closer to impact, your hips are opening up, and this hip now has gone from external rotation into internal rotation as it extends backwards and drives the foot into the ground so that the ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder create one line at impact. So at impact, your hips are open, you have some club shaft lean, right? Your hands are in front of the club face, the club head, and this hip has driven backwards into extension, and you're into internal rotation here as you have released the club 45 degrees or so in front of impact. So your full leg release in front of impact. In the previous video on fairway woods, we talked about how to improve your external rotation and your glute max strength. In this video, we're going to focus more on improving your internal rotation. So let's get started. Hip internal rotation is critically important for your golf swing. In this exercise segment, we're going to go over a hip capsule mobility drill or technique. And we got this from Dr. Kelly Starrett. We followed Kelly for a very long time. He doesn't know us, but we sure know him. If you really want to learn about mobility, I would check out the Ready State and Kelly Starrett. It's a fabulous website. There's all kinds of information on there. Okay, so this is going to be a hip capsule mobilization. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show it from the side first. Now, my shoulders are square to this mat. I'm not going to change that position, but what I'm doing is kicking this foot out and then blocking it with this foot. So my shoulders stay square and I'm going into internal rotation on my left side. Now from the front, my shoulders are going to stay square here and I'm going to put this foot out and block it here. Okay, so that's the position I want to be in because this is hip internal rotation. So what I'm actually doing is, when I do the technique, I'm actually driving my femur or my thigh bone into the ground, pressing my knee into the ground. I'm pressing and turning into hip internal rotation. Okay, so I'm pressing into the ground and I'm turning, and I'm not collapsing back like this. So I'm going to go on a little bit of an angle here, and I'm going to go into internal rotation. I feel that hip capsule wound up, and now I'm going to press my knee into the ground and turn into my left side. So I'm just going to press in, I'm pressing my knee, and I'm turning into my left side. I'm pressing and turning, pressing and turning. Okay, so if you go like this, I lost that hip internal rotation. That's why you have to stay square, and you're going to feel that hip capsule winding up. Now, I'm not collapsing like this. I'm driving my knee into the mat, trying to get my thigh bone up through my hip, and I'm pressing and I'm turning into the left side. Okay? And you should be breathing when you're doing this. In and out through your nose. Okay, so that's a hip capsule mobilization. In this exercise video, we're going to give you a little bit more advanced version of our hip capsule mobilization. If you recall, this is hip internal rotation. So if you put your foot out there, that's hip internal rotation. The mobilization that we're working on is driving our knee into the ground, pressing our thigh bone, our femur up through our hip, and turning into it as we press. So from here, what we're doing is we're blocking this foot out. I'm pressing my femur into the ground, and I'm turning in. Pressing my femur into the ground, I'm turning in so that we're getting this kind of action. Pressing the femur into the ground and turning in, you're going to feel your hip wound up. I stay square to the mat. Now in this version, what we're going to do is we're going to press this foot into this foot. Now I'm going to press back, and hold for 4. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. Press, push back, and hold for 4. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. Do several iterations of those, and then I'm going to drive my femur into the mat and turn to my left, right? Femur is driving into the mat, and I'm turning to the left. I'm not collapsing in, right? And you do oscillations like that, and then you can go back to pressing and holding and oscillating. Okay, so you do it up to your capabilities, but that's a great way to get some more input into that hip capsule and get some more internal rotation, which is critically important for your golf swing. In this video, we're going to advance our single leg rock into a hamstring stretch. So if you haven't seen that video, this is what a single leg rock into a hamstring stretch looks like. So we're going to get into the rocking position. So this is a single leg rock. Now in this case, we're going to put one foot up. We're going to keep this foot on the ground. We're going to go back into a single leg rock, and then we're going to come up into external hip rotation. So we're going to get our hamstring stretch and then go into external rotation. So this is the single leg rock with a hamstring stretch and some external rotation on that front leg. So we also do that movement with an isometric hold. So we started here, we rock back, we go into our external rotation, we braced with our forearm, we looked away, and we counted to 4 as we pressed into the forearm in an isometric hold. So we want 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, rock back, go into external rotation, block the leg, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, and come back. So we're going to advance that now by doing a little bit more of a movement in the external rotation and using our hand instead of our forearm. It's going to get you a little bit more range of motion, and we're going to try to twist away from that leg a little bit more. Then we're going to rock into it and then twist the other way. So let me show you how that's done. Now, to advance this technique, we're going to use the palm of our hand. We're going to push the palm into our knee. We're going to really look to the other side. Then after that one is done, then we're going to rotate back and look the other way. So here's how we do that. Okay, we're going to start in the same position. We're going to rock back into single leg rock, stretch the hamstring. Come into external rotation in the hip, palm on the knee, look way away. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Turn in, grab, and look this way. Rock back. Drive the knee into external rotation, palm, look away, and press. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. And turn the other way. Rock back, and repeat. Now I'll show it from the front. So from the front view, here we start like this. We're going to rock back, keeping that foot on the floor. We're going to go into external rotation. You can actually hold this foot down if you want. External rotation into this hip. Palm, look away, and press. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Grab this side and turn in. Rock back, drive your knee out, press your knee out, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, and turn in. That's a great combination. So if you found this helpful, we'd love you to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up, because we want to get our message out to as many people as possible about improving movement quality. So tell all your golfer friends, and you know what? It's not just really for golfers. A lot of people can benefit from improving their movement quality. So thanks for watching.